With the transfer window barely 3 days old, we already have news for you of 3 potential players leaving and 1 striker rumoured to come in on loan who could be a huge signing. Let's get into the Nottingham Forest transfer news. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are, whatever time of day you're watching this. Hope you're having a wonderful day and welcome to your Forest transfer news. With the transfer window barely open, the rumours arrive and the fun begins. I've missed this from the summer, and of course we will have your daily transfer news as always on FFTV. But there is so much to talk about, so much content that's coming today. We can't fit it into one video, so a quick look ahead for you. We've obviously got this will be your transfer news. We'll follow it up in a little bit on a separate video with an injury update and a huge injury boost coming our way. And then we have a special for you with The Athletic of all people. We told you we were going to bring you content and we're not hiding away from it. That will be directly from FFTV High Press, so look out for that this evening. And then finally, the locker room is back tonight, so get your calls in. We want your opinions as well. As we always say, this channel is for the fans, by the fans. What I'd love for you guys to do is scan that QR code. Send me a quick WhatsApp video message. Your thoughts on the Chelsea game, your thoughts on what we're going to talk about today, and your thoughts on Southampton, or any of those thoughts. We'll get them on the show tonight and we'll be discussing your opinions. So please get involved and join the WhatsApp group and send me some direct videos. And of course, you can message me direct. How many YouTubers release their number straight up there? Send me a message on WhatsApp. Let's talk Forest because I want to hear your opinions. All right, guys, let's get into it and let's start with this huge Dennis story. It has been crystal clear to see that since Emmanuel Dennis signed for Nottingham Forest, he was not a Cooper choice signing. How do we know that? He's had 3 starts since the start of the season, and he's made some cameo appearances on sub. It is understood that Cooper and his staff were so annoyed with Dennis after the Manchester United match with that pass and his fault, should I say, for the 3rd goal, that things broke out and he was not, well, they were not happy with him and basically have told him he is available and free to leave the club, which is absolutely baffling for me. Now, there is more to it than that because there are certain rules that apply in regards to a player playing for more than 2 clubs in a season. The rules state that you are only allowed to represent 2 clubs in a given season. He has already played for Watford and he has already played for Nottingham Forest. However, the rules were relaxed over COVID to allow for up to 3 clubs. These rules, as far as I'm aware, and I'm sure you guys will correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, have not been reversed. So in theory, this could still happen. The rules were meant to be reversed. It was only a temporary relief for the COVID period. But as far as I know, they still haven't been reversed. So potentially this can happen. But as with everything Nottingham Forest, this is going to be mysterious. So is this likely to happen? I'd be quite surprised if it did. Put it this way, you've invested probably the most amount of money into this player as one of the record signings from the summer with a transfer package that is rumoured to be in and around the 20 to 25 mil with about 15 mil paid up front. Are Forest really going to cut their losses after 4 or 5 months with one of their most expensive signings? Apparently, it looks like they might be. What does this tell you as well? It shows you that the power balance may be shifting in Cooper's favour. Cooper being able to get rid of Bardet, who went to Sevilla now, clearly, again, wasn't a player that Cooper had sanctioned off himself. And now with Dennis, if Dennis was to leave, that would tell me quite clearly that Cooper now has more power than he had maybe in the summertime. And maybe Cooper is a lot safer in the job than some people tend to think. So keep an eye on this one. The options for Dennis may be limited. His stock level has probably fallen. The likelihood is that he could definitely go back to Watford. That would be the easiest thing to happen. However, the rumours from Watford are that when he left with the door closed behind him, and in true Ace Ventura style, as he left the sanctuary on the mountain, a party erupted. How true they are, we will never know, but those are the rumours that were circulating. So a move back to Watford is very unlikely, although would be the simplest one for Dennis. A move into the Premier League may be on the cards, but not many clubs are showing that much interest in him because he's not been getting the game time at Nottingham Forest. If you ask me to put some money on it right now, I believe that Dennis will still remain a Nottingham Forest player. With our injury crisis currently, with Lingard being out and quite a few injuries in other departments on the pitch, I'd be surprised if Marinakis was happy enough to cut his losses. But if he does, as previously mentioned, this shows me a power shift in the hierarchy, and Steve Cooper is going to have quite a big say in this transfer window on who comes in and who comes out. I know he split the fan base in terms of his appearance, in terms of his performances. I still think he's a great player, and we just haven't let him have a run in the team. I still would like to see him on the left-hand side, MGW in the middle, and Scarpinia on the right-hand side with Awoni up front. That would be my ideal front four. That would show we have some attacking intent. And I think Scarpinia brings the best out of him. I know we only saw it in a cameo at Olympiacos, but I thought they linked very well. And of course, he got his goal there. But with him not appearing in the Chelsea game at all, with the left-hand side being favoured yet again with Awoni, and then Surridge coming on ahead of Dennis, it's clearly showing that that Manchester United pass has more ramifications than we may first have believed. Get your thoughts in below. Would you like Dennis in or Dennis out? Bowler, our young signing from Blackpool, who we loaned out to Olympiacos, is about to have his loan spell there terminated. And he's going back to Blackpool. So it's talk about going full circle, as they say. He will go and join them until the end of the season, and then potentially back across to Nottingham Forest for the start of next year's Premier League campaign, we believe. So expect to see that confirmed and break soon. However, for those of you asking, we of course have Blackpool in the cup. He will not be playing against Nottingham Forest, as we would be classed as his parent club now. Therefore, he cannot play against us. But I think I'm happier with this move than him being out at Olympiacos. I was impressed with him when he came on against us. I know I've just contradicted myself, but it was a friendly. And I think him going back to a place where he's comfortable, maybe helping Blackpool out, and then coming to Forest at the start of the next season will be a good move. So with this one, I'm not opposed to it. I think it makes sense on all parties. It sounds like he hasn't been able to settle down and lock in a place at Olympiacos. But then you have to ask yourself, if he can't get into the Olympiacos team, how much of an asset is he going to be for Nottingham Forest next season? I think there's plenty still in this player, and I think with a bit of development, we have ourselves a bit of a talent. But share your thoughts below. I'm very interested to hear what you have to say on Bowler. There is more leaving, and we have some news for you on people coming in as well, and potential links and rumors. And it's links to a player that I am very interested in. But before we get into that, please do not forget to give the video a quick like. Subscribe here if you are new, and if you are interested in hearing all your Forest news and transfers and watch-alongs and forums, this is the place for you, so please subscribe. And don't forget, if you would like to support us as we grow, and we're growing crazily right now, and I thank you for it, please do think about becoming a member for only 99p. Let's move on and let's talk about Super Sam Surridge. Surridge is not being given the game time at all, with the odd appearance here and there at the start of the season, and then some very, very late cameo roles from the bench. Sam Surridge has been linked to Burnley, and Burnley I think would be a great move for him. This would potentially be a loan move to let him have some time in the Championship. I think he would suit them very well. It would give him a bit more fitness, a bit more time to get on the grass, score a few goals, and then return to us maybe as a better player. Is he cut out for the Premier League? I'm still not convinced. I still think his all-round game is not up to scratch or up to speed for the Premier League. I love what he did for us last season, but if I'm being honest, and honest is what I always am, I feel that the Premier League is still a step above him. Now, that will annoy some of you. I know some of you will agree with that. It is quite divisive when it comes to the opinion on Super Sammy Surridge, but let me know down in the comments below. Should he stay or should he go? That's a song, isn't it? With potentially 2 attacking players, Forest are going to need to look to fill a void up front, or at least in an attacking position. And a rumoured name, and let me stress the word rumoured, is Tammy Abrahams. Tammy Abrahams at Roma, who had a cracking season last year under Mourinho, has struggled to perform this year with only netting 3 goals. The 25-year-old, of course, was from Chelsea and really hit the scene well in the Serie A League in Italy last season. However, his future seems uncertain, and one of the destinations was Manchester United. Manchester United obviously losing out on Gakpo and therefore looking elsewhere. But it is unlikely that they will be splashing out for Abrahams. Step in Nottingham Forest and the links to the 25-year-old are starting to gather a little momentum. No real strong sources, but this is as, well, we've got to bring you everything here, don't we? I like the idea of this. I really do. I rate Tammy Abrahams as a good striker. He's proven. He's done it in the Premier League and he's now matured and is coming in towards his prime. I think he would be a fantastic fit for us. We, of course, will let you know if these rumors get any stronger, but keep an eye out for this one, and FFTV, as always, will keep you posted. But is he the right one for us? I feel his profile fits. He's quick, he's strong, he's got an eye for goal. What's wrong with it? The question will be price, and the question will be, is any other bigger club interested? So we'll keep you posted on that. But coming up next, we've got full injury updates on some of our players and some great news on it. So make sure you click on the next video, which should pop up for you right here. And don't forget, we've got The Athletic on about 6 p.m. this evening, where we talk Southampton with them. And then following that, The Locker Room, where we get your views in. So please go and scan that QR code or add the number. It's 07869 493598. Get that saved into your phone. Get your messages into me. But more importantly, we want your views. So portrait 30-second videos about either the Chelsea game, the Southampton game, or your thoughts about any of the transfer and injury news that we are bringing you today. Thank you for watching. Please do hit that like before you leave. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And we'll see you in a few minutes across on the injury update video. All the best and come on you Reds.